Shout out to everybody out there on White Street. You already know what it is. Salute everybody.
What's going on, yo? Welcome back to SteveBussaGS. We got another scorecard reaction for you guys, and you already know what it is. Let's get it, man. We're doing something a little different. I'm breaking down my bars for y'all today. I put out this I'm Just a Reactor Volume 1, which is really just 5 freestyles from different project compilations that I had out there that I wanted to put all in one place for you guys because I thought it would be dope. Now, I did hit up a bunch of reactors. The only person, as of the recording of this video, that did it was Devo the Ambivert. So huge shout out to Devo, my guy. I appreciate you. Devo ain't catch shit worth of bars. But like, everyone listens for different stuff. So I was like, you know what? He still seemed to enjoy it. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not about the results. It's about the effort. And I want to make this very, 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 very clear, right? I don't owe nobody shit. Don't nobody owe me shit. So the fact that he took the time out of his day to do it at all, I salute you, my brother. I appreciate you very much. And I'm not mad at nobody else that didn't do it either. Like, I just want this to be broken down. So I figured the best thing to do would be me come bar for bar, break this down for you guys. And this is for the fans who like give a fuck about my bars. Most people don't care about me as a rapper because I'm just a reactor. You know what I'm saying? So it's about promoting other people. But every now and then, I like to remind y'all that there's a reason that I break things down the way that I break things down and what it is that I look for and what it is that I like and shit like that. And it also helps add like a layer of clarity to the scores that I give, the way that I rate music, what I choose to like versus don't like, because everything is subjective at the end of the day. You dig me? So let's dig into this. I can already hear Stogie bitching about that. Let's get into this. I'm going to break it down. This is probably going to be a long video because I happen to know where all these bars came from. And there's a couple... one more thing to keep in mind, right? There is a lot of shit that you're not going to get if you are not like me, right? I make bars and I write raps and shit like that for the type of shit that I am interested in. I've never given one fuck about, is this going to isolate a certain audience, or people ain't gonna get this because they didn't watch a certain anime or know a certain reference. Like, nah, I make shit that I think is dope, and people will either like it or not like it, and that's just kind of, I like that swag, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit that maybe I listen to that I don't catch the references to. Does that make it trash? No, it just means that I probably wasn't the target audience for it. And I respect that type of shit. I respect that more than the people who just make music because it's cookie cutter and it's easily accessible to everybody. You dig me? So let's hop into this. This might be the vainest shit I ever did, but I also think it's gonna be a dope thing for you guys to like see the inner workings, you know what I mean, rap wise and shit. So let's get into it. It might be time for a new intro too. What do you think?
Shout out to everybody out there on White Street. You already know what it is. Salute everybody.
Yo, what's going on? Shout out to the whole GS gang. You already know what it is. I'm Just a Reactor, Volume 1. Let's get it. I said, y'all hear whack music and are afraid to appraise it. They take to go to a strip club and make it rain on their day shift.
Alright, so I'm going to break this down as if you do not understand anything. This is going to be painstaking breakdown, right? Make it rain on their day shift, right? Here's the idea behind this bar. I am tired of seeing reactors hype up whack music, right? They're like, oh my god, this shit is amazing. It's the same thing. Like, if you go to a strip club, the day shift in general is like the B team, maybe even the C team. If you're in the hood, it might be the D team. You know what I'm saying? That's the concept here. The concept here is like the same way that you would go and hype up the below average bitches or the below average dudes, depending on which strip club you go to. It's no different than going and hyping up the fucking whack music that you hear these reactors fucking go with.
Get it? I said, y'all hear whack music and are afraid to appraise it. They take to go to a strip club and make it rain on their day shift. I hate this. Let's bring it back to the basics. For us to line of rappers up like I was making a playlist. It's tasteless.
It's so hard for me to break down the obvious shit. You put a playlist has a bunch of rappers lined up on the playlist. Line them up as in shooting them. Come on.
Never eating food in the Matrix. Your favorite rapper's trash without the auto-tune and the fakeness. I ain't shit. Just looking for someone to dump on.
Yeah, I hit my elbow right there. You hear me hit my elbow and just keep going. That's what we do. We're thugs. We don't stop rapping. Bring that back.
this. Let's bring it back to the basics. For us to line of rappers up like I was making a playlist. You're tasteless, never eating food in the Matrix. Your favorite rapper's trash without the auto-tune and the fakeness.
Alright, so the whole, this is kind of light. This is a pretty light bar, right? You're tasteless. Like if you watch The Matrix, when you're in the Matrix, you can taste shit like that. Like I thought it was an alright flip. I thought it was cool. It was a good transition for me.
I ain't shit, just looking for someone to dump on. Challenge on the box, then hit him with the Glock while he putting the gloves on.
It was just ignorant shit.
I sing a shorty a love song. I hear she get the best throat. Watch anime in the crib. I leave my ninja headband on the bedpost. The best flows. You try and show that Glock. My whole squad got 2 islands untapped, ready to throw back shots.
This is such a fucking bar. Y'all don't realize how dope this is. So let me give y'all some insight, alright? This is about Magic the Gathering, alright? I am a total fucking nerd. I have a Jace tattoo down my arm. I don't know what y'all can see. But so Magic the Gathering is like it's a trading card game, right? But like you fight each other and shit like that. But in Magic the Gathering, the blue decks that use islands for mana sources, right? They're very, very big on counter spells, like counteracting other attacks. So basically, if you're playing Magic the Gathering and your opponent has 2 lands that are islands that are untapped, which means that they can still be used to cast spells, then the general understanding is that that person is holding a counter spell. So if you try to attack somebody who has a blue deck and they have 2 islands that are untapped, they're going to counter whatever it is that you are doing and send it back at you. This is a huge, this line is one of my favorite lines ever, and I don't expect, you have to be a nerd and a thug and listen to rap and like Magic the Gathering to get it. This is for a very select few people to get this, but it's such a fucking bar. I love this shit, yo.
Glock while he putting the gloves on. I sing a shorty a love song. I hear she get the best throat. Watch anime in the crib. I leave my ninja headband on the bedpost. The best flows. You try and show that Glock. My whole squad got 2 islands untapped, ready to throw back shots. I watch your whole ass drop. From all I've gathered, your chances of winning is slimmer than a dick screaming all lives matter. So pause that chatter. These maggots live in the wrong era. They want a positive message. I say what's more uplifting than Paul Bearers.
Y'all love that line. Here's an interesting behind-the-scenes fact. You guys get it. A pallbearer is lifting up a casket. What's more uplifting? You guys get that, right? Everybody loved this line. This almost didn't make the cut. This was on the floor. This was on the chop block because I didn't like the rhyme scheme. Like I'm in your the next line is I'm in your dream like the claw wearer, which is obviously Freddy Krueger, right? It sounded forced to me. You know what I mean? It's not. Like I ended up tweaking it to where it came good, but the original way that I had the line, it didn't fit the flow and shit like that.
The claw wearer, and I'm about to rip, son. I've been on DVD since you was in the crib, son, and I
Facts.
never fell off. Still hungry like I ain't never get none. Guns like tax season, you can catch me with a big one. Get.
Yeah, so like the guns like tax season, you can catch me with a big one. You guys already know tax season comes around. The big joke is that you start seeing people cuddle up to the really big ugly chicks because they get the big income tax checks. Guns isn't big. Also, like, here's the thing. People are like, oh, you guys have fake gun bars. I don't get that. First of all, I have guns all over my house. Like this is real shit. I don't know if you're allowed to show guns on YouTube, but like every room of my house there are guns out. I live in Philadelphia. I've been into firearms my entire life. What do you mean fake gun bars? You know how easy it is to get a gun? If you are 18 years old and you have $90, you can go and get a gun. Like this whole movement that people are doing online, I see people bitching like, oh, all people do is talk about fake gun bars. Like, what makes you think these gun bars are fake? Like, it's not super impressive or difficult to get a gun unless you have a felony, which, spoiler alert, I don't have a felony. So like, I don't know. I love gun bars. I've always appreciated gun bars. I also own all the guns that I talk about, right? I have the shotgun. I have an AK-47. I have a 9mm. I have a 45 Ruger. That's what I just showed you right there. I have the 22 Colt. I had the 6 Hour. I have everything that I've ever talked about. So when I hear this stuff, man, it's like, the people who you hear bitch about things being fake gun bars, they're probably the ones that don't own the guns. They're probably not in the streets. They're probably from a more safe area. Like, they probably weren't built up and around that shit. Like, there's different, like, I don't know. It's a pet peeve of mine. I always hate when I hear people talk about, they talk about gun bars. That shit's fake. Like, no, that might be fake for you in your life. You might not be about that shit. But, like, some of us just like this shit. Some of us are really, like, most of us. It's America, at least. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's got a fucking gun. It's not impressive. Like, alright, let's go. I wonder if this is gonna get in trouble for showing that. Let's go.
And I'm about to rip, son. I've been on DVD since you was in the crib, son, and I never fell off. Still hungry like I ain't never get none. Guns like tax season. You can catch me with a big one. Get some. Son stealing chicks with a meme and a rap. I got your wifey behind your back making premium snaps. It's the tats that got me all up in their brains. Goblin Slayer swag. I don't even call them by their names. It's the...
Alright, so this is dope too. So again, you have to have watched the anime Goblin Slayer to get this. In Goblin Slayer, they never say anyone's name. They just like talk to each other by like their jobs. So like they had the chick with him that's Priestess. I don't know what the fuck. Her name is Priestess. That's her name. He's like, yo, Priestess, let's go. Yo, Magician Girl, let's go. Yo, Swordsman, let's go. Yo, Shaman, let's go. Like, I don't know. This is super fucking dope to me. I like it. I think Goblin Slayer is probably one of the best animes ever made. I'm very, very biased about this. I have an entire meeting that I run. I think it's actually I have a video up on my channel. If you dig into crates deep enough on my channel, you'll find a meeting that I run based on Goblin Slayer. But yeah, I know a lot of people didn't get that because again, you have to bridge that nerd thug jump.
I got your wifey behind your back making premium snaps. It's the tats that got me all up in their brains. Goblin Slayer swag. I don't even call them by their names. It's the fame that got me all up on their knees, socks screaming bang, bang, bang. Baby, rest in peace, Pops.
If you guys didn't grow up watching the Wayans Brothers, I feel bad for you. I'm sorry. Pops, rest in peace. That used to be his catchphrase was bang, 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 bang. And so like go watch that. It's pretty simple. Shout out to Merkham's. Merkham's actually had a bang, bang, bang Pops bar recently, and I was like geeking out on the inside. I was like, I got one of them.
Peacock, go ahead and flip it over. Toss around in bed like she's trying to sleep sober. It's over. Loyalty be damned. Your man will catch the hands if you think you're a boyka with the hands. You.
Alright, so here's a little behind the scenes. I fucked this bar up. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, right? It's supposed to be your man will catch the blam if he think he Yuri Boyka with the hands. Alright? So I said your man will catch the hands if he think he Yuri Boyka with the hands. It still makes sense, so I kept it. Right? It still made sense, so I kept it. I was like, you know what? I ain't gotta redo it. It's just a freestyle. No one really gives a fuck about my raps anyway. The line is supposed to be, your man will catch the blam if you think he Yuri Boyka with the hands. So Yuri Boyka, if you watch Undisputed series, is considered the most complete fighter of all time. It's one of my favorite series. I love Kung Fu movies. It's always been a thing that I've been interested in. And the Undisputed series, Yuri Boyka, the character is played by Scott Adkins, is probably, in my opinion, with the exception of whatever Michael J. White does, has just been like my favorite of all time. Blood and Bone is probably my favorite of all time with Michael J. White. But yeah, Scott Adkins as Yuri Boyka. I geeked the fuck out for this character. So that's what that reference was. And again, you would have to be into those type of movies to be able to pick that up. But I love that shit. That shit's hard body.
Dig? If you ain't from the streets with them hammers that hit you and see me with two blades and steel skin, won't know if it's Superman or the Witcher.
This is a bar and nobody got this shit. I don't know if this is like too convoluted, that it's not a good bar, or if it's one of those ones that's super specific. So you won't know if it's Superman or the Witcher. You see me with two blades and steel skin, won't know if it's Superman or the Witcher. So Superman has the steel skin, the Witcher has two blades. They were both played by the same actor. That's what this bar. So Henry Cavill, I think is his name. They played both Superman and the Witcher in the Netflix series The Witcher. So like, yeah, this was a fucking bar, and nobody geeked out about this, and I didn't give a fuck. Like I said, I make shit for me, but I thought when I wrote this shit, man, I was geeked the fuck out about this, man.
If you ain't from the streets with them hammers that hit you and see me with two blades and steel skin, won't know if it's Superman or the Witcher. I'm handing out scripture, so hand me a Grammy. I am the Gordon Ramsay to these scores and damn sheets. Separate and destroy your bland beef, soft as the loins on Bambi.
So you got a little bit of a food scheme that's going on there, but basically the idea of how Gordon Ramsay is like a super snob when it comes to grading and scoring. I've been told the same thing. People think that I'm too harsh, that I'm too much harsh of a judge when it comes to the scoring and shit like that on the channel. I thought this was a really good allusion, reference to him, as well as throwing in like a super light food bar there.
Then out scripture, so hand me a Grammy. I am the Gordon Ramsay to these scores and damn sheets. Separate and destroy your bland beef, soft as the loins on Bambi. You better pull out a plan B's to get aborted and disappoint your family. The bland.
Alright, so here's a nice little scheme. You better pull out isn't, I mean, pull out isn't a gun, or plan B is to get aborted and disappoint your family. So that's like to also get killed, or plan B as in the plan B to getting the abortion pill. This joint's whack. I know. Everyone liked this one. I didn't. But it fits so well, and I don't do too many schemes like that, but I feel like I know the plan B shit is like kind of played out. It was light. I put it in there. I almost took it out. People that watch this all quoted it because they liked it, because it's easy to understand. This line sucks compared to the fucking Henry Cavill, the Superman or the Witcher one, but like you got to be able to appeal to different crowds. You got to be able to appeal to the crowds that like the easy to understand basic bars. This joint was trash though. I know it was trash, but everybody quoted it. Everybody liked it, so it was like, all right, I'll leave it in there.
In peace, stay in the cut. I got a problem with saying you tough.
All right, so hold on, pull this back.
And Ramsey to these scores and damn sheets, separate and destroy your bland beef soft as the loins on Bambi. You better pull out. A plan B is to get aborted and disappoint your family. The bland piece, stay in the cut. I got a problem with saying you tough. I ain't got problems with saying you suck. Rapper reactor, the fact of the matter is that it don't matter everything that I touch. Entertaining as fuck, give me a month. I'ma keep growing and living it up. I'll keep exposing the weaknesses, growing and all the flow. When you saying it's tough, you keeping it real, I'm saying it's love. The reactors that fake it, I say you a bitch. You lie to your fan like you lie to your chick when you say it's a 10, but it's really a 6.
I love this shit. So this whole scheme that was going up of me attacking the reactors, this is why I started reacting. This is dead ass, right? Like, this is why I have to go and react to my own shit. But like, I don't know. There's no reactors out there that I feel do the type of bars that I look for justice. Like, you see them, and there's a difference between a reaction channel and a bar breakdown channel and blah, blah, blah. I get it. There's just no one out there that does it in a way that I found entertaining. Shout out to Todd from This Offends Me TV. I fuck with him above everybody else in terms of the shit that I watch personally. But I never found another channel that like really made me feel like like they paused when I would pause, or their face scrunched up when my face would scrunch up, or like I always felt like there's another layer to a bar that they didn't pick out and shit like that. So instead of bitching about it, I've always been a big advocate of you can either complain about it or you can do something about it. You feel me? So I decided to start reacting, and here we are. But the same thing, you say it's a 10 when it's really a 6. Like, I hate reactors that hype up average shit. Like, nah, like that's why we have the scorecard, because I like to be like, not like, don't say something's trash. Don't like they're just be like, this is dope or this is trash. Like, that's not feedback. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not really telling nobody nothing. And then obviously men lie about the size of their penis. You tell your girl it's 10 inches when it's really just 6 inches. I love this line.
I ain't got problems with saying you suck. Rapper reactor, the fact of the matter is that it don't matter everything that I touch. Entertaining as fuck, give me a month. I'ma keep growing and living it up. I'll keep exposing the weaknesses, growing and all the flow. When you saying it's tough, you keeping it real, I'm saying it's love. The reactors that fake it, I say you a bitch. You lie to your fan like you lie to your chick when you say it's a 10, but it's really a 6. You hearing this shit? Man, that's a bar right there. I bet you balls right there. Dropped your catchphrase, brought it back and dropped your jaw right there. This is y'all.
This was my attempt at putting a little bad singing in there. That's all that was.
Nightmare. I ain't Sweeney Todd with the meat cleave. You beat me, I turn Waco Street into Fleet Street.
This seems pretty straightforward, but I guess you would have to have watched Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber on Fleet Street to have gotten this. Yeah, Waco Street, you hear me shout out all the time. Waco Street is the hood where I came up from. That was our crib. That was our block. That's what we rep. You know what I'm saying? Waco Street to the death of me. Like, that it is what it is. Fleet Street is from the movie Sweeney Todd, Demon Barber on Fleet Street, where he would go and kill people and shit like that with the fucking razor across the neck and shit like that. Yeah. It's not super complex, but I figured if you didn't see the movie, this joint probably wouldn't hit as heavy.
Lie to your chick when you say it's a 10, but it's really a 6. You hearing this shit? Man, that's a bar right there. I bet you balls right there. Dropped your catchphrase, brought it back and dropped your jaw right there. This is y'all nightmare. I ain't Sweeney Todd with the meat cleave. You beat me, I turn Waco Street into Fleet Street. Bring out the street sweeps and carry caskets. Kill him with a smile and shit like Carol Baskins.
So you'd have to see. So Carol Baskins definitely killed her husband. Like, definitely killed her husband and fed him to tigers. And then she laughs about it on the documentary.
It's flying a narrow passage, and anybody plotting on murder me. Slash across the face, now you can cosplay Mercules.
So, Mercules is one of the fucking illest MCs. I fuck with him, straight out of Canada. That's my guy. Yo, like that's my guy, through and through. He got hit with a machete at one point in his life, and he has a big scar across his face. This is a surface level bar, but it's also kind of a shout out.
Me like I just play with these bars, seeing bitches getting eaten on my ASMR. I got the draws.
So
but
this
it
is
smelled-
funny. I didn't have an ASMR series when I made that line, and I didn't want it to sound fake, so I actually ended up creating I got 4 episodes of an ASMR series on my channel, just in case anybody ever tried to pull my card on that bar right there. So there's a little behind the scenes information for you.
Please, y'all stay irking me like I just play with these bars, seeing bitches getting eaten on my ASMR. I got the draws, but it smelled like a 3-day salad. Could tell something was off with Shorty's pH balance, so I got a BJ out it and turned the pussy down like DJ Khaled.
Alright, so this is a combination of just a little comedy, crude comedy at the end, and then also, if you don't know, DJ Khaled said that he doesn't eat pussy, and it was like a really big thing. That's it. Surface level bar comedy. Let's go. Next one. I'm enjoying this a lot more than I thought I would. I love me. I'm my biggest fan. I promise if you're enjoying this, you do not love my shit as much as I do.
Welcome to the battlegrounds. We hitting all states. Haircuts for the homeless. We giving out fades.
Alright, so fade is a haircut, and fade is also a fight. For homeless people, there are people that go and give out free haircuts. Yeah, it's kind of light. It's kind of trash. I liked it though. I like the energy that it started with. It's probably overused, but fuck you. I liked it. I know.
Mix no fakes, we just coming for your top, turning self-proclaimed goats into curries and kebabs.
This whole intro right here, so then coming for your top is also a play and a scheme as far as if you listen to the barbershop shit, the coming for your fade, we just coming for your top, and then turning self-proclaimed goats into curries and kebabs. I just thought that was a good flip on everybody thinking that they're the fucking goat.
I said, welcome to the battlegrounds. We hitting all states. Haircuts for the homeless. We giving out fades. No gimmicks, no fakes. We just coming for your top. Turning self-proclaimed goats into curries and kebabs. I'm coming for the gods. I got them Thanos rounds. Spill your loved one's blood on you. We Kratos now.
This is ill as shit, alright? So we are coming for the gods. We got them Thanos rounds, right? So coming for the gods, this is a play on both the Thanos and this is a play on Kratos, right? So Thanos went, everybody knows about the snap. He was coming after fucking Thor and shit like that, coming after the gods, blah, 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 blah. And then Kratos goes and attacks the gods. Spill your loved one's blood on you. We Kratos now. So I'm coming for the gods, right? Like Thanos. So like, listen, like I'm coming for the gods. That makes me like Kratos. You spill your blood one's love on you. We Kratos now. Listen to the pronouns. I said we Kratos now. I'm like Kratos because I'm coming after the gods. You're like Kratos because if you played God of War, he doesn't actually have white skin. Kratos' skin is because the ashes of his family were fucking cursed and etched into his skin. He has his loved one's ashes. That's where his fucking pale complexion comes from. This line is dope as shit, but you would have to know more than just surface level Kratos shit, you know what I mean, God of War mythology in order to know this one. But this is a fucking bar.
Fades, no gimmicks, no fakes. We just coming for your top, turning self-proclaimed goats into curries and kebabs. I'm coming for the gods. I got them Thanos rounds. Spill your loved one's blood on you. We Kratos now. I bet they hate us now. I got a dick like it be on Dowsim.
Alright, Dhalsim is from Street Fighter. All of his body parts are stretchy. This is a penis joke.
Bitch melt around me. I call it T-1000.
Terminator, T-1000. He turns into puddles of liquid shit. This is dope. Fuck you. I like this one.
Go balanced. I ain't come for a robbery. We got them Wayfair gats. They all come with a body.
This is a fucking haymaker. This is my favorite bar of this whole fucking joint. Wayfair has a giant conspiracy that they were selling $10,000, what was it? It was like cabinets and shit like that. And the idea was that that's how they were trafficking kids and people and shit like that. So this is a kind of a dark bar, but the idea is like, oh, why did they have this cabinet on sale for $10,000? Because Wayfair was trafficking children and people with this. That's why you paid $10,000. So come with a body, and then also come with a body as in my guns have all killed people at some point in time. This was a dope ass fucking bar. It was super dark. I guess you kind of had to be up on the news to catch this. I don't know if this is going to be universal knowledge for everybody, but this was this was heavy as shit. This bar No one's fucking with this bar.
Top, turning self-proclaimed goats into curries and kebabs. I'm coming for the gods, I got them Thanos rounds. Spill your loved one's blood on you, we Kratos now. I bet the haters now, I got a dick like it be on Dowson. Your bitch melt around me, I call it T-1000. You get your ego balanced, I ain't come for a robbery. We got them Wayfair gats, they all come with a body. This is your hobby, you ain't a martyr in your hood. That little fairy tale ass guild got you caught up in a book.
Alright, so this is more nerd shit. Fairy Tail is an anime where they're part of a guild. Fairy tales also come from books where they all have happy endings. This is fuck you. I like this. This is just it's kind of light. It's kind of light, but as a Fairy Tail fan, which fuck you because Fairy Tail gets nothing but hate. Laxus is a fucking monster. Fight me. I like this line. No one's gonna get this one unless you're an anime fan.
All balanced, I ain't come for a robbery. We got them Wayfair gats, they all come with a body. This is your hobby, you ain't a martyr in your hood. That little fairy tale ass guild got you caught up in a book. You getting off to getting cooked. That 38 tastes like an edible. Boy, that shit hit harder than it look. Go and toss him in a brook, boy. I'm done with these actors. What the fuck do I know, though? I'm just a reactor. And
that's actually the bar that started the whole idea for the I'm Just a Reactor series. For this next one, you need a little bit of background information. I was invited by Stogie T to be on the finale of Freestyle Friday, where they took which took place. Most of the artists that were on that were from South Africa. He didn't tell me that it wasn't a competition, that it was more like a buddy thing. I ended up being the only dickhead to come in with this type of aggression. Everyone else was just dropping freestyles, like cipher-wise, like everybody else was copacetic. They had some people on there drop poetry and shit like that. And then you got my American ass coming in there, talking shit, trying to rile things up. When I seen the actual Freestyle Friday drop and how it was, man, I was embarrassed. Like, that's not the energy. Like, this was a vibe check. I fucked this up. But it was still dope. Fuck 'em.
when they see my name hopping this dude's live, they get a knot in their stomach like they getting their tubes tied.
Alright, so this is dope as shit. My whole relationship with Stogie started from me hopping into his Instagram lives. And he had people who were, he lets cats come on there and start rapping. And some of them are young, some of them are older, but like, they're all pretty average that hopped on there. There's a few of them that might have been dope, but like, they're like just starting out. These are people who just like started rapping and shit like that, and they want the opportunity to speak to a celebrity. They want to hop on there, get the look, you know what I'm saying, get some feedback and shit like that. And then I came on and I was like, yo, Stoke, I know I'm just a reactor, but if you give me that, like, if you want some bars, I will body everybody. And like, he was like, yo, go off, fam. Like, I don't think he knew at the time. I don't think he had any idea that I could rap. And I was like, all right, bet. And you could tell, like, he was just kind of like, you know what I'm saying, like, just ready to go through the motions like he was with everybody else. He's such a nice guy. And I came in and I dropped some old school shit that I had that I fucking went the fuck off. I snapped off for like 100 bars or some shit like that. And yeah, everybody went fucking crazy. Flame emojis were everywhere. And that's really how me and Stogie T's relationship started, to even lead to something like this. And then obviously when you get your tubes tied, come on, knot in your stomach. That's a bar. Fuck you.
They see my name hopping this dude's live, they get a knot in their stomach like they getting their tubes tied. I am the truth guy. I haven't written as much hash, and Stogie looked through my eyes for 14 minutes on one track. I'm dumb.
So this one gets overlooked a lot. Everybody likes the bar that comes after this is what got the most attention. This is my favorite bar. This is one of my favorite bars of all time that I have ever written. So Stogie T put out a song called God's Eye. That is a 14-minute track, and it is probably one of the most impressive bodies of work that I have ever listened to. I broke that down. He actually ended up hitting me at one point. He was like, yo, you a legend for tackling this one. That's like the first time that him and I ever actually spoke at all, you know what I mean, through messages. So the idea of I haven't written as much hash since Stogie looked through my eyes for 14 minutes on one track is basically a way of saying that I'm God. Stogie is looking through my eyes for 14 minutes, which that's the track is called God's Eye. You have to know a couple things about this. You have to know that Stogie T has a song called God's Eye. You have to know that it's a 14-minute track in order to put all those pieces together. And fuck you, I think this is incredible. This is one of my favorite bars of all time. When I wrote this, I ran around my house. Just anyone that was around, I was like, yo, you guys gotta listen to this. Like, I was I was like, yo, I'm really about to go off. Like, I'm really about to slay this shit.
I am the truth guy. I haven't written as much hash and Stogie looked through my eyes for 14 minutes on one track. I'm dumb crack, a crazy assassin. If I'm just a reactor, I'm at least one that's radioactive.
Alright, so this is the one that gets a lot of hype. Like Stogie himself ends up quoting this one all the time. This is a great idea of wordplay. So a reactor, as in somebody online who reacts to music. A reactor, as in like an actual reactor, like a nuclear reactor. I'm at least one that's radioactive. Radioactive is also a double play. Radioactive as in like a nuclear reactor that creates energy, but also radioactive as in active on the radio, as in creates music. So if I'm just a reactor, I'm at least one that still does music. So if I'm reacting to your music, it's at least coming from somebody who can also write bars. You don't have someone that's just a listener responding to you. You have someone who does the same craft that you do that is critiquing your shit. That's the idea of this. It is a dope bar, but for me personally, I don't know. The God's Eye one, I was way more proud of myself.
Minutes on one track, I'm dumb crack, a crazy assassin. If I'm just a reactor, I'm at least one that's radioactive. Crazy attractive, I'm piling bodies up like I'm trying to make it as an actress.
This is interesting. So people give me more credit on this than I deserve. So this is literally just saying that there's a what's the word? I don't know what the word is. I don't want to say rumor, but there's this idea that women sleep their way through Hollywood trying to make it as an actress, that to get roles they have to suck dick, to get roles they have to do this, do that. And that's it. It's very surface level. Apparently, I got a bunch of comments that was like, oh, I know who this is about. Oh, you taking shots at this. I promise you I wasn't. This wasn't timely. This wasn't about any current events. This was a very generic bar. I liked it still. I still think it was dope. And then piling bodies up. So piling bodies is catching a body, like killing someone, catching a body as in fucking them. Like, it was a dope bar. But people thought that this was about something that it wasn't. So it is what it is.
At this, I'm the wrong one to dump off with. I want SA on the map, but these rappers piss me off and I'm breaking it off it. You're all shit. Reactors got you caught in the love. They just wanting your subs, afraid to tell you suck.
Alright, so this is facts. I talk about this in quite a few of my raps. There's an influx of subscriptions that come to a reactor when you do something like Nasty C, right? When you do something like an A-Reese. There's a bunch of people that are part of the reaction community that watch the shit that will go, you'll get a lot of subs just by saying, I love these artists. And that's not to say that these artists don't deserve love, because I fuck with all these artists. You can go and look at my reactions. But there's a difference between, hey, let me break this down objectively and say what I like and what I don't like, and other reactors who, like, aren't even listening, don't even understand what they're fucking listening to, and are just saying they like it so that people subscribe because it's a numbers game. And this is a shot at those people. This is a shot at the people who are yes men. This is a shot at react. I get why no one reacts to my shit. I've taken a lot of shots at reactors. Fuck them.
I'ma keep it a buck, I'm the gatekeeper. You want all of my shine, you get the 50 treatment and shot all in 9 times.
So this is the 9 scheme here. This started off when doing my research. I put out a video called Introduction to South African Hip Hop, where I did a whole bunch of cultural research before diving into a lot of the reactions. And of the tribes in Africa, 9 of them were in South Africa. So I was like, cool. You're gonna need more than 9 tribes was a dope flip. But then I just we tripled it down. So then also, as the Cats have 9 lives, 50 Cent was shot 9 times. So this is where this whole scheme came from.
I'ma keep it a buck, I'm the gatekeeper. You want all of my shine, you get the 50 treatment and shot all in 9 times. I'm in my prime, these cats gonna need more than 9 lives. Do the math, you're gonna need more than 9 tribes. No subtweet, that's a line drive now.
So subtweet as in like, oh, like when you don't really know who you're talking about, and then a line drive in baseball, when you hit a ball, it just flies directly at something. I like that line. I'm not a sports guy, but that's like one of my only sports lines, and I was proud of myself.
Listen, my guy, enough with all the sucker shit. When y'all say everything's dope, it really just means that nothing is. One love, y'all.
Shout out to Stokes again for getting me on Freestyle Friday. I geeked out about this for months.
Yo, I said with punches I'm a beast and there ain't no outstriking them. I'm Mike Tyson meets Klaus Michelson, the original Clout Likington.
Alright, so in order to catch this one, you need to know who Mike Tyson is, which I think everybody in the world knows who Mike Tyson is. But you also need to know who Klaus Michelson. Klaus Michelson is a character off the originals who is bad ass as fuck, right? Like Klaus Michelson is an app. Yo, I wonder, should I show you? This video's already going on long enough. But yeah, so whatever. And he's half werewolf, half vampire, half original vampire, right? So he's off the originals. And he fucks everybody up, right? So he's known to just go in and wreck shit. This is really just a nod because he also is very much like me, ego-wise and shit like that. I relate to the character a lot. But yeah, so you would have to know this. And because he's half werewolf, Lycan is another word for werewolf. So like he's always trying to, like, you would have to watch the show, but he's always trying to be like the center of attention. So like the clout chasing and shit like that.
Yo, I said with punches I'm a beast and there ain't no outstriking him. I'm Mike Tyson meets Klaus Michelson, the original clout liking kid, fighting through hits, striking like guts, armored on 5 Vicodin.
This is a fucking bar that I don't expect any of you guys to get. So you have to know that Guts is another name for the character from fucking Berserk. And if you watch Berserk in the anime, the character has fucking armor on, called Hell Armor, that stops him from feeling any pain. So when he's fighting and he's getting stabbed and shit like that, he doesn't stop moving. He doesn't feel anything, so he just keeps fighting. And then, when you're on drugs like shit like that, you're not going to feel anything either. So this is doubling down on that, saying that I'm moving through hits like I'm unfazed as if I was him with the armor and on drugs. You can't touch me. This is a fucking bar, but you gotta be a nerd and you have to be up on Berserk to have gotten it.
Yo, I said with punches I'm a beast and there ain't no outstriking him. I'm Mike Tyson meets Klaus Michelson, the original clout liking kid, fighting through hits, striking like guts, armored on 5 Vicodin. There ain't no outwriting him. Spitting like pythons, playing dope seeds with a couple of OGs, the whole keys thicker than plot armor. Let's make.
So this is another nerd bar too. So again, dope planting dope seeds as in literal marijuana leaves, but also dope seeds as in dropping gems for y'all. Thicker than plot armor. If you guys watch anime and shit like that, the main character has what we call plot armor, as in you know the main character isn't going to die because the plot needs them to be alive. So the story always kind of finds a way to keep them alive. This is for my anime nerds. Fuck y'all. Oh no, what'd I do? Bring it back. What the fuck? Alright, it's alright.
Striking him. I'm Mike Tyson meets Klaus Michelson, the original clout liking kid, fighting through hits, striking like guts, armored on 5 Vicodin. There ain't no outwriting him. Spitting like pythons, playing dope seeds with a couple of OGs, the whole key.
Also, the couple of OGs and shit like that. Shout out to 100 Kufis. This is actually a verse that I did for him for a compilation album. So that was where the OGs came in.
Thicker than plot armor. Let's make it a lot harder for those lying in they raps. Roy Mustang flow, baby. It's fire when I snap. No, I'm
Alright, so this is fucking... Y'all ever see this guy back here? Y'all ever see the bull that I got in the back? I always keep the Roy Mustang little fun pop guy. He's in all the videos back here. Roy Mustang is from Full Metal Alchemist. He has the ability to create a spark with his glove when he snaps that he can then control and turn into giant fire explosions and shit like that. He's one of the illest anime characters of all time. He's one of my favorite. But yeah, so the idea of snapping isn't going off. Snapping isn't a literal snap. Fire when I snap. Come on, man. Come on. I'm really that good. Fuck you guys.
with a couple of OGs, the whole keys thicker than plot armor. Let's make it a lot harder for those lying in they raps. Roy Mustang flow, baby. It's fire when I snap. No, I'm mild in my pack. Just mobs of goonies. Out to get brain like a zombie movie. Drop a dime on Kufis or shine the Uzis. Let them sit in your throat, baby. Hakalugi. No time for goofies. Y'all mini with your cat. Disney ass hoods building whole cities off of rats. You dig?
I don't like schemes, and I feel like every time I do a little scheme like that, it comes out corny. I think the end of that is really trash, to be honest with you. But you get it. Rats, as in Mickey and Minnie Mouse, are actually rats. Building cities, as in Disney World, is actually built around the idea of the two of them. And then the whole rats in the community, as in snitches and shit like that. There's a lot into it. But anyway, there's my breakdown. What do y'all think? Did you guys learn anything? Down in the comments below, let me know if I explained a bar or something like that and I helped you understand something. Do you think this made it hotter? Do you think this was a waste of time? Did I explain too much dumb shit? Let me know down in the comments below. Do you like content like this? Because I'll continue to rate bars and break shit down for y'all if this is stuff that you like. As always, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I will catch y'all on the next one. I'm fired. Fuck y'all.